Handsome Jimmy Valiant. What was he like to work with?
Handsome Jimmy.
There's a story that Jarrett and Lawler actually bought him a house here in Memphis to keep him here,
Long story.
and he left about 6 months later, something like that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, they put the down payment on the house and all, whatever way it was, and do the deals and handsome. And Lawler said that wasn't the bad part of him leaving. He painted some of the rooms purple.
Painted purple.
Oh yeah, handsome's way of living back in them days were.
But you have told me that what you saw on TV was far different than his personality.
Nothing like the way he talked.
Oh yeah.
Very quiet in real life. He just.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, you know, very, very, very quiet, very no noise, no nothing, no. But
the idea that he gave you was he was
a way out
Harley
there.
rider and
Right.
gang motorcycle
Yeah,
gang
right, yeah,
member
yeah.
and all this stuff. Is there any truth to that?
He had a motorcycle. He had a three-wheeler, but he never hung around with other motorbike. That was a gimmick for him, and that. See, I mean, John Wayne wasn't the big badass that in real life that his movies portrayed him to, and we had. I wouldn't say I hate the word character. Handsome was
Gimmick?
Or gimmick, or whatever you want to call it. So Handsome was more of a gimmick than Lawler and me, because what you saw with Lawler,
this is what you got.
what you got, what you saw with Bill Dundee was what you got. Now Handsome had this loud, obnoxious thing on TV, and wasn't nothing like that in real life.
Oh yeah, he'd kiss the referee in the mouth.
Yeah, and do all kinds of things, but he never. That was his gimmick for the TV.
So he could literally turn it off and on like a light
Right.
switch.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't too hard to turn off and on. What was he turning off and on? Kissing Calhoun on a Saturday on TV. I mean, yeah, right. So, but yeah, there was like in the Fargo. What you got with Jackie Fargo? What you saw with Fargo is what you got. A guy that could wrestle with bleach blonde hair. Nobody was doing that back in the 50s and did the strut. That was Fargo. There's a lot of people tried it. Ric Flair's tried the strut. Can't do it worth a damn.
Did he originate
terrible.
that?
The
Fargo, the strut, was he the originator of that? Do you know?
That's why it's called the Fargo strut, as far as we know, yeah.
So that's where that came from. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of guys try to do it.
And they can't.
I think probably the worst rendition had to have been, and I hope I don't offend anybody by saying this, but it had been the Fabulous.
Well, they weren't too good at it. Steve and Stan. Oh,
it looked like they were trying to stomp out a fire.
Well, anyway, they got over. So
yeah, they got over.
They got over. They drew a lot of monies, and the girls liked them. Yeah. So yeah, but you're right.
I guess it takes a certain rhythm.
Well, yeah, I guess. But both, and it was just back in the 50s. That was something nobody'd seen. And they, Jackie and his brother would, worked in New York in the 50s and around. So yeah, and it's a lot harder. Mr. Coffey, he made an interview. In fact, I have the interview, and well, on that, what was that thing you did? Oh hell, I got the DVD of it. They made a documentary. You remember what I'm talking about? The wrestling documentary on Memphis wrestling.
Memphis Heat.
Memphis Heat. Yeah. On Memphis Heat, they interviewed Guy Coffey. And I was there in the building, me and Lawler, but when they interviewed him, and he said, "Oh yeah," he said, "the Fargo strut. Jackie Fargo was the first one to do it. Lawler did it, and Dundee tried it, but he wasn't too good at it."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I said, "I'll pull your wig off, boy." But anyway, yeah. So it all depends on who was watching, I guess.
I want to go back to something you said earlier and touch on it before I forget. Beside yourself, and I'll go ahead and put that out there first. Beside you, who do you think was the better booker? Was it Jarrett or Lawler? Who came up with the better?
Oh, Jerry Jarrett was the brains of this territory. So I mean, and the angles and the gimmicks that they did. I mean, their head was long. Most of the monster times when you saw monsters here,
Frankenstein
and all that was Lawler doing. He liked all that.
Yeah.
Just straight at wrestling and tough guys. Jerry Jarrett was good at that, and I just kind of learned from both of them.
But we had our share of monsters here. We had Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah, and then that was when Lawler was booking.